Hi everyone, my name is Glenn Bartley and welcome to another video blog. In this video, we're going to take a look at how to repair the eyes of this nocturnal fellow here. Very often when you take pictures of owls at night, you get this red eye effect. And I get a lot of questions about how to remove that, either when I'm out leading tours or just by email. So I thought I would film a little video that might be useful for folks wanting to do such an edit. So the first thing we should do here to get started is to zoom in on our area that we're interested in. I use the navigator up in the top right corner here. And essentially what we need to do is we need to select the part that is undesirable here that we want to change, which is the red pupil of the owl here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the magic wand tool. You can see I've got my tolerance set to 20 up here. And I'm just going to click in the image, and you can also see that I've got it set to add to the selection here. And what that allows me to do is to just keep clicking until it's pretty much selected the area that I'm interested in. Then I can come over to this other eye, select most of that, and we're looking pretty good there. That might have been a bit too much, so I'll just back up one step. So we're looking pretty good. You can see the magic wand did a really good job, as it always does, on selecting this. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I want to feather this edge just a little bit, or refine the edge just a little bit. I'm then going to darken this layer and reduce the noise from this layer. Now, I have written myself an action to do those things, and if you bought my ebook on post-processing, a guide for nature photographers, you have this action as well. So if you have it, you can use it. If not, you better go buy my book. So here we go. I'm going to play that action, and you can see it's darkened up the eyes, and it's also refined the selection. Now, we're not there yet. We've still got way too much color going on in these eyes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit Control Z to undo the last step, which was to deselect our selection. And now we've got still our nice selection here. I'm going to go into Image, Adjust, Hue, Saturation. Now, one of the big problems here is these eyes have a lot of this red color, but if we desaturate them, we can see that we start to lose that color. And then if we just turn down the lightness, now we're starting to look a little more natural here. So you can play around with those settings to see what you think would look the best. But I think something like that looks pretty good. So I'll go ahead and say OK. And if I deselect our owl eyes here, you can see that we're almost there. One thing, if I zoom out, it probably looks pretty good. But if we zoom right back in there, some people might be bothered by the fact that the pupils are not very crisp lines around the eyes there. We've also got a little bit of a haloing effect around this one. So what we could do is probably on an individual eye basis. Let's do this one here. One way to do this would be to make an elliptical selection of the eye. So I'm just going to drag that out and then position it pretty much where I want it. And before I do my adjustment here, what I'm going to do is make a new layer. So I'll just drag our background copy down here, make a new layer. So we've got a copy now. And then I can be free to go ahead and adjust this, this layer here a little bit. So I think I'm going to do a levels adjustment just to darken up that layer a little bit more. And what this is going to do is give me a nice crisp line. So if I go ahead and do that, you can see there that we've got a nice crisp line now, but it's probably too crisp. The reason I did this in a separate layer is I can just simply adjust the opacity down here from very little to quite a bit more until I have a nice natural looking eye. Probably something like that. So you can see the difference here between the previous version and the version now. And we would just go ahead and do that on the other eye and we should be good to go. So that's a pretty simple, straightforward way to repair the eyes of an owl. I hope you found this video useful, and if you're interested in more Photoshop tips, please check out my ebook called Post-Processing, a Guide for Nature Photographers. Thanks for watching.